Hello guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC. We're also going to talk about alt recovering. At least within at least for the short term, they've been basically pushing to the upside, back to the 2 weeks low, stuff like that. So we're seeing a massive pump from most alt. You can take a look at the Viacoin is pumping massively. You can take a look at AMB been pumping massively. DOCK, you name it, or AX, all of them been pumping like crazy. So alt basically recovering very fast. So we're going to take a look at alt to see if we're going to see like this massive pump like continuing over the next like a few days and so on, right? So if you're new to the content, make sure to hit the likes, make sure to subscribe to our channel, join the public Telegram group, link in the description. If you're looking to join our premium group, make sure to send me a message once you join our public Telegram group. We got like 800 traders in our group, so make sure to click on the link in the description. So now that's a weekly time frame for BTC, looking very juicy, as you can see. But what you see on the weekly and what you see on basically on lower degree, it is kind of different. You might be seeing like a very bullish weekly time frame, but the lower degree could be facing a little bit of a downtrend over the next few hours and so on, right? So another important thing we needed to basically focus on over the last few days, but I haven't been talking about it, right, is like the 11k area. Very important area, guys. So if you take a look at like 11k back in 2020 was right around this area on a weekly basis, right? After we dumped like that's 14k, right? Let's take a look at it on Coinbase. Okay, you take a look at it on Coinbase or Bitstamp, whichever you are comfortable with. You can see back in 2020, if I draw a line just about 11.7, 11.5, right there, you can notice, right, we did not basically close above it, right, after we basically drop right below it. You see what I'm saying? That's so you can see like since like the first week of January, late January 2018, we weren't able to like close above 11.7. And you can take a look at like back in 2019, June 2019, right, we pumped massively up to 14k, but we did not manage to close above 11.7. So 11.7, it doesn't matter how you look at it, it is a very important key level. We got a gap at 11.7. Yes, we got to fill the gap, but however, it's been like over 2 years, okay, 2.5 years, 30 months, we weren't able to close above 11.7. Are we going to be able to do it this week or next week? It is going to be very crucial, very critical for the bulls to be able to pull it off. Okay, close above 11.7 could be a turning point over the next few weeks. So it is something that we just have to keep in mind, and in case we basically get a close above it, if like we get rejected, because if like let's say over the next few days, right, it could be a very boring week, right, very boring weekend, right, because the CME gonna close on Friday, right? So we talked about this like yesterday. So let's say BTC, we're gonna take a look at on the lower degree, but let's say CME closes just about like let's say 10.8, 10.9, right? And over the weekend we try to pump like just about like 11.7. Yes, we're gonna pump above 11.7, but we're gonna leave another gap just about like a 10.7, 10.8, and so on. So it could be a very slow weekend, and very boring weekend, a possible retracement down to like a 10.5 to 10.8 range, accumulation, sideways correction, scalping, and all of that good stuff before pumping to the upside on Sunday and so on. But the most important is like next week, BTC gotta pull it off, and basically the first week of August, try to close above 11.7. It is going to be very critical. I don't do time analysis, but looking at these candle patterns, right, I'm pretty sure we could be getting a very volatile next week. So very volatile week next week. So let's just keep that in mind. Let me take a look at the chart room very quickly, so you guys make sure you guys can hear. So we're also getting like a massive pump from like a Ethereum, right? Ethereum Classic also, we're looking for a nice pullback, but it is not basically It is not aggressive as of now. Hey, what's up, Kiwi? Oh, Jeff. Saya coin is not looking bad. If you take a look at Saya, we're gonna talk. Remind me later on to talk about Saya coin, right? So Saya got a massive support at 25, right? Even when we dump down, I think it got a support at 24, right? So it looks good. Like if you're looking for a longer term hold, I think Saya could pull it off like over the next few months, right? We got a massive resistance at 71, and current price is just about like under 30, right? So last time I checked, it was like 29.30. So you taking a, if you're patient enough, you can basically pull it up to like a 71 to 75. So keep an eye on SC, all right, SC BTC, a very good chart, and could be breaking out at any given time right now. All right. So basically now let's take a look at the lower degree. So let's take a look at 3-day chart. As we discussed the 3-day chart, the bulls basically just need to keep this candle green. It is okay, even like if like we close this candle red, just about like 10.8, it should be okay. We just don't want to close it like 10.5 and so on. It's just gonna slow like the momentum, right? So but even if we close it red just below 10.930, 10.920, it'll be okay. All right, it'll be okay. Let's take a look at basically 2-day chart. As you can see, like we talked about the 2-day chart yesterday, we said we needed to keep this candle green, which is very important, right? Now we basically kept that candle green. We closed this candle bullish. So now this candle is it is irrelevant right now. It doesn't matter how we close it, or if like we close this candle red or green, it doesn't matter, because we can dump all the way down to like 10.5, right? 10.7 and get bought up very quickly. It is still going to be bullish. So this candle is basically for the scalpers, right? So I was just worried about this, the second candle right there to be bearish, but as of now this candle is very irrelevant. It is just for the scalpers, low volatility trading over the next few days and so on, right? So even the next candle could be very boring also. So the next couple of days could be a very boring trading session. So let's just keep that in mind. Now let's take a look at the daily. You can see like the type of candle I was trying to explain to you. Just on the 2-day chart, we could get a candle like this or like that on the 2-day chart, right? So this candle right there, it could be just like one of these two candles right here. You can see this one. On the 2-day chart, we can get a nice dip. Right, that's a daily, but I'm trying to explain to you like on the 2-day chart, we can get a nice dip and get bought up very quickly, which means like the scalpers could be enjoying it, right? So similarly on the daily time frame, we can get a nice dip to 10.5 right there. So we're gonna get this double bottom, right? At the same time, we got our 21 EMA, okay, moving slowly, but at some point it is gonna basically intercept the price. So if like we dip down to the 21 EMA on the daily basis, that's also another sign like we could be pushing to the upside, right? So a possible triangular formation is also possible. We could be making a triangular formation right there, right? So just like this. So you just have to be very cautious. It could be very boring, very it could be very boring trading session. If you're in rush, if time is like basically a very critical for you, you might be reconsidering your position and all of that good stuff. All right, so keep in mind, we're just correcting, nothing going on. A dip down to 10.5, it is still bullish. A dip down to 10.7, it is still bullish. Okay, a rejection from like a 11 to 11.3, it is still bullish. So this range is a bull territory. You can scalp it, but I wouldn't be basically being rushed in this range. All right, so let's just keep that in mind. SXP all the way. I think SXP last time we talked about was like a $2. We start talking about it right around $1. It pumped to $2, right? So it looks great. So now let's dive into the 12-hour time frame, guys. 12-hour, not looking bad. Bullish engulfing right there. We got the 21 EMA moving slowly. Okay, we should get our hourly. We're gonna talk about the hourly right later on, but we should get our hourly 100 EMA. We talked about it over like 3 days ago, guys, when BC was pumping. That's why it is good to have a solid strategy, so you're not going to be in rush. So I've been waiting for the hourly 100 EMA to be, to intercept the price at some point, or the 6 hour 21 EMA, whichever you're comfortable with, but we're going to talk about it, right? So we got the 12 hour 21 EMA. Now we cannot basically focus on the 12 hour 100 EMA yet, because it is like too deep. It is like 95, so we want to wait till it hit like 10.8 and so on. We're going to start talking about it. Right now the 21 EMA 12 hour is very, very important, right? So 6 hour also, you can see, like, even if we dip now, you could look forward to buy the dip at the 6 hour 21 EMA. Price is not going to break it easily. Can we break below it, close below it, like for like a 12 hour or so on? Yes, but what I'm saying, like, we're not going to break it and just drop massively. Okay, so we can, anticipate like low volatility, just about like 10.5, 10.7, 10.8 range to buy the dip and look for the upper level trend line right there again. Because I give my guys, like, this morning I gave him an update, right? When BTC dipped down here, I was like, let's look for this 0.618 pullback. That's a possibility, because we were looking for 10.7. Okay, it dipped down to like a 10.820. It is okay. It's just about 1.2%, right? So higher than what we were looking for. So now it pulled back up to a 0.618, so we can get this move, right? And I'm going to show you what we talked about regarding the flat correction the other day. Okay, so now 4 hour, that's when we dipped right here, when I was given the update, and I was like, okay, most moon boys, they love the 4 hour time frame, so they're not going to let the price dip below the 4 hour 21 EMA. So let's, a possible pullback to a 11.15, right, something like that, right, to a 11.2. it is very possible, up to 0.618, right? So now we're getting this dip, pretty engulfing, nice dump, right? So we got the 21 EMA, but I don't think it is going to hold. We're going to look for the 6 hour 21 EMA, right? The 4 hour 21 EMA we might miss it, right? If you're looking forward to long it at 4 hour 21 EMA, okay, the smart traders might be looking for the 6 hour 21 EMA, which is much deeper at 10.7. okay, so beautiful engulfing candle right there, okay, on a Thursday night. That's beautiful. Okay, so it is going to slow down the momentum. The CME going to close on Friday afternoon, and then we're going to get a nice low volatility weekend. Okay, 200 points up and down. You can trade it all day to like a Sunday afternoon, right? Okay, great. You shorted it. Great. So you must watch the private update, because I was telling you guys, if like we pull back up to like a 11.15 to a 11.2 range, that's going to be a bear territory, and look for another reversal down. And you take a look at it. If you basically shorted it at 0.618, you already got your 1.5%. That's pretty good if you're scalping. Okay, yeah, thanks a lot, Jeff. Sound is loud and clear. Hey, what's up, Mr. Bitcoin Cash? We're gonna take a look at Mr. Bitcoin Cash later on. Okay, so now guys, let's dive into the good stuff. That's the most important stuff right now. You know what it is. It is our hourly 100 EMA, guys. So if you've been watching Send Crypto, you know when BTC was right there, what we told you guys. We told you this red line is the most important line you could be paying attention to if you're looking for a position, right? So BTC was right there. We said exactly, we're going to be looking for what? We're going to be looking for a flat correction, guys. So that's why it is good not to basically be a moon boy and have a strategy. We said we're going to be looking for this move and this move. So we had two strategies. The first one was like a a zigzag or a flat correction. Okay, let me just repeat it. So we said we could get this move and this move. Okay, what does it mean? It means like we got this 5-way move down, and we could have get this 3-way move up and then this 5-way move down. But we said, however, we could also make a flat correction, which means we could get this 3, right? Get this 3 up and get this 5-wave down. So that's what we're making right there right now. Okay, we got 3-way move down, 1 2 3, right? And then we got 1 2 3, and then we're looking for the 1 2 3 4 5 possible 5 wave down. Okay, so sometimes you don't get a clean 5 waves. If you don't get a clean 5 wave, I like to call it a WXY correction. Okay, just to follow the rules. Okay, try to follow the rules as possible. Okay, because sometimes it is hard to get a clean 5 waves, because this move can just be a 3 wave. Okay, so it means we just have to say 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, somewhere around here. Don't worry about like the arrow. Okay, just directional, right? So but however, if like we get 5 wave move 1 2 3 4 5, we just have to call it A B and C. Okay, so you gotta understand what's the difference between WXY and ABC correction. It is very, very important. So I mean, it might not be important to you if you understand it, right? Because I can just do this and say corrective, right? But if I just say WXY, right? Let's say I say WXY, and if you understand Elliott wave, you know what I mean, okay? If I say ABC, right? That's B. That's how you do B, right? B and C, you know what I mean, okay? So that's why it is very important to understand it, so you want to ask too many questions, all right? Hey, what's up, Zabi? I mean Zabi Alonso. What's up, Alonso? So let's just focus on this current state of the market. Right now, market is looking to get some resistances up to like a 12.3. So let's just focus on it. 3K, 2K is a macro. It is a macro chart. I don't do like a time analysis. Okay, I just do trend analysis. You see what I'm saying? So, but the 3 to 4K, we're gonna talk about it once we hit resistance and get a rejection. We're gonna talk about it. Okay, we got a rejection at 10.5. We started, looking for lower numbers. However, we got another resistance up to like a 12.3. So we're just gonna focus on 10K to 12.3 area up, until we get a massive rejection, and we're gonna look for the directional move to the downside. But BTC moving to the upside, and you're looking for a directional move to the downside, it is not going to be easy. Okay, it's going to be very boring. All right, so now we don't need to basically pay attention to anything else, the lower degree, 15 minutes and all of that. It is just going to be noise. We already got our moving averages moving up and down with price, so it is just going to be noise. They're not going to give you any good indication. Right now, the bigger time frame, hourly and up, even 45 minutes, you could pay attention to it. So we got an interception right there, which is like the 4-hour. I think I was talking about the other day. I was like, okay, if you in rush, you can basically pay attention to your 45 minutes. It could give you a better entry. So we got it right there. So we just have to pay attention now to 45 minutes, hourly, for 6 hour, 12 hour and onward. Okay, upward. So let's just keep that in mind. So now, so you guys want XRP to drop right now? I thought you guys wanted XRP to go up. XRP been around like 19 cents, forever. Hopefully you just day trading it and not looking for like XRP to drop so you can buy more, right? So it's been around like 19-20 cents for like over like a 3 month. So if you did not accumulate in that range, you might basically be FOMOing right now, right? So now let's take a look at Ethereum, Queen Ethereum, before we take a look at King XRP. So Ethereum, if you basically paid attention to our previous analysis, especially on the weekly basis, right? We said Ethereum next resistance, right? When Ethereum almost was like, I think $290 to $300 range, we said if like we break like 313, you gotta remember my stop loss was like 313. We're gonna be looking for like 360. Okay, 320 to 360. We got a nice resistance just about like 320, 313, 320. If like we break it, 365 to 375. We just hit like 345, coming back down to retest 330. You remember 330 on the lower degree. 335 was a temporary resistance, so we're just coming back down to retest it. So Ethereum is on a juicy move. Got a resistance right there. We just have to take care of it. 365, 375. and then we're gonna basically look for a possible further move, or a possible rejection, right? It looks pretty clean. Let's take a look at it right there. So if you take a look at it on Poloniex, you can see like we got a nice resistance right there. Okay, however, if like we break this resistance, next level to look for it is almost $500, guys. So Ether, I don't think like we got any resistance at $400, okay, on a weekly basis. No resistance. So we just have to take care of 365. If you're long in Ethereum from like low $300 range, all you have to do is just suck it up and put a stop loss, maybe take some I'm not telling you what to do, but most bulls probably going to be taking profit at resistance, right? Because they know the bears, they're very resilient. Okay, bears are pretty pretty loyal. Okay, they're pretty loyal, and they're gonna keep shorting this sucker all the way up to the next resistance. But if I'm a bear, right, I'm not gonna be loyal right now. I'm just gonna be I'm just gonna be going with the bulls. Okay, and if I don't want to go with the bulls, I just wait till next resistance. But this week it can be very strong, right? But BTC looking to pump another 10% up to 12K. You see, if Ether can pump 20%. You see what I'm saying? So if we're looking for a 20% pump, right, Ether could at least, okay, hit like just about 400, right? So $400 at least. All right, so let's just keep that in mind. If BTC going to pump 10-15, Ether going to pump like 20 to basically 30%. So if you're a bear, once again, you could make a good argument like we got previous resistance right there back in like a 2017. Most likely the bear is gonna look left and try to remember it. We got one right there. They did remember the previous resistance we had back in 2017. They were they were like, oops, let's just suck it up and short it right there. They did a great job. Okay, so did a great job. But look at the bulls, guys. Look at the bulls. They're looking very resilient. Okay, and this time they're not going to try to basically look weak. They most likely, okay, as of now, they could burst through and look for the next resistance right there. You see what I'm saying? If they do it successfully, it is going to be a nice move, and most likely the bear is going to be suffering. Right, so let's just keep that in mind. So Ethereum lower degree, let's take a look at daily. Daily not looking bad, completely overbought, right? And no divergence so far. It means like it is pretty strong. Okay, any dip, it is just buy the dip, like buy the dip right there. If like we retest somewhere around like I said, 290, it is still a support for Ethereum. If anything happened over the weekend, sell off and all that good stuff, you can just look left right there, and we could anticipate the bulls to remember also the previous resistance, and they're going to be buying the dip. Okay, the only thing I'm worried about is like correction. Okay, I'm just worried about like the correction. It could be a long correction on the lower degree. Let's say we're going to be correcting over the next 2 weeks. It could be a flat correction, right? So, and it could be very boring, very slow, possible divergence, and you're thinking like, it is tapping out. It just give you a dip and pump to the upside. Okay, flat correction is a continuation pattern, right? I'm not saying we're gonna make it, but just be cautious about it. All right, just be cautious. Just be cautious. So now let's take a look at King XRP. So so XRP is not tappy, man. XRP is not tappy. So it's not tappy. It's not tappy. It's not choppy. It looks beautiful. Okay. So XRP, I mean, it's been a while since we get this type of run on XRP, man. I don't even know last time we got such a big move from XRP. A clean 5, 6, 7 days of green candle rejection. We don't care. We keep pushing to the upside. That's beautiful. We gotta bulls try to push through this resistance, right? As you can see, the bears remembering. Okay, the bears, they got good memory, guys. So whenever you see a resistance, just try to respect it. If you don't want to respect it, take profit. Okay, because the bears, I'm telling you, we're in a bear market, so every resistance going to count. Every single resistance in a bear market going to count. Every single support in a bull market going to count. So let's just, keep in mind, with next resistance for XRP, it is going to be like 28 to 30 cents, right? Range. Or you can just round it up to like a 29-31 range, okay? Just to give yourself a, a room to breathe, right? So some breathing room. So still looking good. No sort of divergence on the daily. That's a good sign. All right. Even a dip, it is just going to be a possible retracement, right? 22, right? Come back down and retest like previous resistance, right? And dip down, and then we can look for this move. So XRP, it is by the dip tank. So the next move could create a divergence, right? So this move could create the next divergence on the daily time frame, right? So, but we probably got some divergences on a lower degree. Let's take a look at 12 hour. 12 hour still looking good. Take a look at it, guys. Still looking very strong. No toppy, buddy. No toppy. Nothing toppy right now for XRP. Let's take a look at 6 hour. MACD looks great. Okay, take a look at the MACD. Looks great. Not even a crossover. So a dip down to the 6 hour 21 EMA, which is right there, 23. We can dip lower. 22 is okay. It is going to be okay. All right. So XRP is looking very healthy. So let's just hope like the bull's not going to do anything crazy and starting to take too much profits, and that could create like a change in momentum. But as of now, if like the bulls just decide to take like small profit and all that good stuff, and bears keep slipping, we're most likely going to pump through. Weekly basis for XRP was clean breakout. So that's only the first week. We already pumped almost like 15-20%, right? From the low, you can see like low to high, we already got a 20% move. So I wouldn't be surprised to see like, a small dip, from XRP 22 to 23. It's not going to be a big deal, all right? And we're going to look for this, 100 EMA, which is just about 28, okay? Which is 28 cents. XRP 29, Abby. Are you long in XRP? I think, yeah, you're still on a XRP long, right? That's good, Jeff. So XRP is still looking good, right? So now let's take a look at Ethereum Classic. I know Ethereum Classic is not one of the most popular coin, but it can be very volatile, guys. It can be very, very quiet sometimes, right? But when you catch it like on fire, it can basically give you some great move. Okay, great move. So let's take a look at it. So Ethereum Classic, we got some resistances to pay attention to. We're doing a good job right now. Try to close above the weekly 100 EMA. I give my guys like some update this morning regarding Ethereum Classic, right? I don't talk about Ethereum Classic a lot, but like when it's bullish, it can be crazy. Okay, it can be a real alt. So let's just keep that in mind. 100 EMA closing above it, that's amazing, man. Okay, if you look left, we don't have any resistance on the weekly basis up to like almost $10, guys. So, and if you're not greedy, I think like even 8.6 is still a good level to be taking profit at. Most bulls will, okay, but the greedy bulls, they're going to be taking profit at $10. So BTC pumping 10%, guys, 15% move could create a lot of volatility. Okay, in terms of retracement, Fibonacci, take a look at it. Bang, bang, 0.618 right there, 0.786 going to be 98, guys. So let's just suck it up. Okay, $7 to $9, that's pretty good move, guys. Just like Blink, BLNK. So if you guys been paying attention to my stock analysis, BLNK, just pumped to $12, almost 30%, right? But I was already out of the position because I got in like 550 and was looking for like $8 range. Okay, but I already got out early this week. So but same type of analysis, right? Looking for this easy $9, probably another dip down. All right, so let's take a look at Bitcoin Cash. I mean, if you bought 100 1000 XRP at 10 cents, right? You're still in pretty good profit, okay? It's still in pretty good profit. So Bitcoin Cash, a beautiful triangular formation, right? As we talked about it previously, right? We got this move. We just didn't know how long it's going to take to break out, so that's why I don't do time analysis, because you might be thinking like the apex, right, going to be all the way up like August. You can see breakout, so that's why I was just paying attention to my weekly 21 EMA. Close above it, you don't do anything. Green box right there, okay? Look for the green box. We're looking for this green box. If you look left, we got resistance like 353, okay? But I don't wait for resistance, like especially when you took a long like 250. I give you guys a warning when it was like 247, 242 range. I was like, if like we close above the 21 EMA, last time we closed above it was like January, okay? You can see like what type of pump we got. As soon as we close below it, that's it, okay? We try to manage to pump back up, but got rejected. Bang, okay? Rejection, pump, okay? So we got the 100 EMA up to $400. So if Ethereum is going to hit like 360, 375, most likely Bitcoin Cash, okay, gonna catch up. Okay, gonna catch up with Ethereum at some point, right? So it's not gonna be Wick versus Ethereum forever, right? It's gonna catch up, okay? Let's just keep that in mind. I don't need to analyze Bitcoin Cash on the lower degree. The weekly is beautiful. Triangular formation, breakout. You don't have anything to do, all right? Nothing. You don't need to do anything. Even a one-to-one extension of this formation gonna take you right there. Okay, 318. Okay, so we could expect a slight resistance at 318, 320, just like Ethereum before we hit basically 330 to 350. So guys, what do you think about Bitcoin Cash? It is is it gonna catch up with Ethereum, or you just not gonna basically bet on Bitcoin Cash? So next coin we're gonna talk about, it is going to be EOS. EOS looks good, but EOS is crazy sometimes, man. It gives you some nasty wicks, so that's why I'm kind of worried too much about EOS, but it looks good. Okay, so EOS analysis, what we said, we're looking for this area of confluence, trend line, yellow trend line. Also this blue line, you can see right there, it is a 0.786, and we also got this small red line. It's 100 EMA on a weekly basis. So this level, this circle, it is just about like $4 range. But before we get to $4, we just have to take care of what? We have to take care of 330. As you can see, like we pump like to a 315, 316, and I give my guys notice, hey, we got a slight resistance at 316. So let's see. Okay, we dipped down to like a 298, something like that, right? I don't pay attention to the lower degree because the weekly is looking good. Everything else on the lower degree is just noise. Three-way move pullback, one-to-one extension of this move, right? One-to-one extension of this move going to take us right there at 0.786. We talked about this over a month ago, like let's say first week of July. So it is already late July. Beautiful move, impulse correction. Okay, as of now it is a correction. That's the only way I can look at it. This is impulse, straight down, no sideways correction. This move is a sideways correction for now until we get further data, and we could say, hey, it might not be a correction, it might just be an impulse move, okay, a 5-way move to the upside. That's also possible, but we just take what we get. We cannot basically say, hey, it is impulse so far when it is not impulse as of now, right? But if we get more data, it might be an impulse wave. Okay, so basically guys, we talk about Ethereum Classic, EOS, Bitcoin Cash, BTC. Let's move on to BNB. don't want to encourage other fork of BTC. It is okay, man. AVA is still pumping, man. 1.7. This boy is just pumping, man. Never stop. Never stop. So we got AGI back to 200 sats. That's a pretty good news. It dumped down to like 150. So that's already a 25% move from AGI. But I think AGI is so undervalued, guys. You know, it is very accumulative. If you guys not buying AGI right now, not financial advice. And I talked about it when it was like 180. I started talking. It pumped like I think 250, 240. You know, and coming back down, it is still accumulative. This sucker gonna pump. It's not gonna pump like 25%. It's gonna pump like crazy. So. BNB. So BNB is back above $20. That's pretty good. So long looking good. So we're breaking like the diagonal resistance, as you can see, and we're looking for this red resistance up to 27. Okay, why 27? 27 was February high. Okay, as a bear, you just have to respect it. Don't try to be smart and saying, oh, we're gonna crush it. Okay, we're still in a bear market. All the resistance going to count. Okay, so let's just keep that in mind. So we got a nice nice, it's not breaking out so far, right? Let's see, based on closing basis here. Okay, what I mean closing basis, this candle right there, June 17 2019, closed right at $37, right? We opened just about 37, and we did not basically close above it, right? So that's the closing basis. February, we opened just about like 24, right? No, we closed at 24. February 3rd, February 10th, we opened at same level, 24, but we did not close above it, so we call it closing basis, right? You join these two closing bases, you can see after we dipped down to like 18, I was like, guys, let's pay attention to BNB. If like we can close just about like, you know, $20 range, 19.5 to 20.5, we could be looking for 27. That was aggressive, okay, because I could have waited at least. It was okay because we did close cleanly above it, right? So we closed above 19.5, 20 point, you know, just about 19.5. So we're looking for this move. So we don't have any other resistance right now, unless we want to basically pay attention to our, you know, next horizontal resistance, which is like $24, and it might not be that strong, just like Ethereum, okay? But we just have to pay attention to it because we're in a bear market. We cannot be too overconfident. Take profit right there, okay? Anything like, let's say we got any bad news, market dip, we got support, we got multiple supports. This trend line gonna act as a support, first thing first, right? Second of all, we're gonna get this 21 EMA on our weekly basis, gonna be acting as a support. And if the dip is very severe, we got another buy the dip at 100 EMA, so which is just about like $15. So a dip down from 20 to 15, it is still going to be, you know, buy the dip thing, okay? So even though, okay, we broke the resistance, we just have to be very cautious, not do, you know, most bulls, they love to go all in and all that good stuff, but you don't want to do that, okay? Just give yourself some room of you know, some error, you know, some room for error, so you can get the chance to buy the dip if anything crazy, you know, happens over the next few days or so on. All right, so now let's take a look at NEO BTC, NEO USD, kind of let's take a look at NEO BTC first thing first. So NEO BTC, as you can see, I wasn't very confident when NEO was moving sideways right there. I was never very confident. So but we got support at 85,000, right? So let's see if NEO gonna be able to retest 85,000. All right, but we got nice support like 98,000, 85,000, 98,000, roughly the same. So we could start looking for a bullish NEO, okay, if like we can get rid of this bear flag. It is still a bear flag. That's why I wasn't very comfortable. Even when NEO pumped above the 21 EMA on the 3-day chart, I was not that confident. Okay, right there. I was like, okay, we still can buy it at 85,000 to 90,000. We hit like 98. That's pretty good. On a 3-day basis, we're not looking great so far. Okay, so what do we want to see on NEO? We got this 3-way move. Let's get the double bottom, right? A possible triangular formation, fake out, and bang. But as of now, it is still accumulative. I wouldn't be like looking for a breakout from NEO unless BTC breaks out on the dollar value. It means like NEO gonna dip also, right? But NEO dollar value gonna be breaking out, right? So let's take a look at NEO dollar. NEO USD kind of tricky. I'm looking for a break above like a 12.5. We did not break it. We hit like 12.2. This one I was very patient because usually I'm very aggressive. I don't wait for the breakout. So, but this one I couldn't. I had to wait for the breakout, right? So we did not break a 12.5. Was a it is a very important key level to pay attention to. If we break it, we just have to basically pay attention to our diagonal resistance, which is start at like 19. We got another lower high just about 16, and we could be getting another lower high at 14.5 range to a $15 range. So we just need to break this level. Okay, it is a nice move. It is like almost 15%, almost 20% move, right? So that's pretty juicy, pretty juicy. But just want to be cautious because we can still get this 3-way move pullback, 1, 2, 3. That's why I did not want to mess with this one, because this could be a flat before we get this move, right? But if we retest like 9.4, 9.5 for any like, let's say something crazy happened in the market, we retest 9.4, that's going to be a very strong very strong move to be paying attention to for another possible breakout up to 14, right? But let's see. All right, just want to be cautious because just like the BTC value of NEO, we got the 3-way move. If I go back to a BTC value, you can see we got the 3-way move, 1, 2, 3. So you see what I'm saying? So we just have to be very cautious because we can do the same thing on the dollar value. That's why I did not want to rush it. Market is around forever. No need to jump in when you don't need to jump in, right? Just be cautious. And let's say I jumped in at 12.2, I'm gonna be red right now, right? So yeah, this is live. Hey, what's up, Psychic 87? I mean, if you're looking to hold on to BTC like for the next 10 years, I mean, most hodlers, they got like a BTC holding. They're not looking to touch. Okay, they trade BTC just to increase their BTC. Any profit is going to the hodling. Okay, so let's just keep that in mind. It is not something like you wanna keep your hodling position, trading it. That's not safe. If you want to swing it, like maybe 3-month swing, 6-month swing, stuff like that, yes. But you don't want to basically day trade your hodling position, because day trading, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna your emotion gonna get involved, and you're gonna be panicking and all that good stuff. And the chance of you making mistake is very high. Not you, but as a trader, when you're basically trading with your hodling position, don't touch it. Okay, just like your XRP, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Okay, just send it to the ledger. Wait for the next 3 to 5 years. When BTC hit like 100K, 160K, you can basically start taking profits and basically look for the next bear market 2 to 3 years after that, right? Because it is just going to be a cycle. It is going to be moving up and down and all of that good stuff. So keep that in mind. So Link is still a Link. So Link USD still moving sideways, right? So we talked about Link like regarding coming down to like $6, and if you take a look at it, but that's recalculated. We retested $6 when Link was like almost like $8, 8.5. I sent a send a chart and say, hey guys, we got a support, we're going to look for the support at $6, $7 first, $6 next. We hit both of those targets. Let's take a look at this one. This one was recalculated, right? But let's take a look at it on Binance. We didn't quite hit $6, but we hit 6.5 on the recalculated one. We did hit it. I don't know why, but it looks good. Okay, it looks good, but the move is on the daily, it is kind of a linear. Okay, let's see if like we're gonna get this move. Okay, this we still got a chance to retest $6, but as of now, you know, if you're bullish on Link, you don't want to. I'm not telling you to sell or not sell, but since it is still corrective and we got another chance to retest 8.5, I will still be holding. No divergence on the 3-day chart, as you can see. No divergence so far, right? We can still make this move. Okay, get this divergence. It means price has to either double top instead of making the 3-way move pullback. It can give us a V-shaped recovery right here, 1 and 2, and give us this move. Okay, and possible like this, and give us some sort of a corrective move. If market is you know, if market is basically you know, market is experiencing low volatility, we could make that, you know, type of you know, correction. So now let's take a look at few art. So want to take a look at CND. CND is starting to CND starting to look aggressive. As you can see, CND, even though we basically dipped down, we did not basically close below the weekly 200 EMA. You know, back in June, late June, right there, first week of July, we did dip below it, but now, even though like the move is very strong, you can see like we basically, you know, did not close below it. So we just need to close above like 95. Okay, we just got rejected just about 95. Why 95? 95 is weekly, I mean 3-day 100 EMA, and we said it, if like we close above weekly 100, I mean 3-day 100 EMA, most of these coins, they go very fast. Okay, very fast, just like OAX. Okay, and ADX. I don't even want to go talk about ADX because I gave you guys you know, ADX not too long ago, right? So, and Syscoin, right? We talk about all those coins. So most of these coins, we talk about them like over 3 weeks ago. Even if you bought them 3 weeks ago, you're still up, because most of these coins, they are, you know, they're not even like below the 3 weeks low. You see what I'm saying? They're still above the 3 weeks low. So any given coin, you can take a look at ADA, ADA maybe, let's see, 3 weeks. So ADA is still above 3 weeks low. Okay, you go back 3 weeks ago, the 3 candle, you can see like we're still above the weekly 100 EMA. Take a look at AGI, not looking bad. AGI still, okay, 3 weeks ago, we're still above it, right? So Aeon is basically correcting. Okay, it came back down, retested support level. Okay, support for Aeon was right there. As you can see, like we did retest the support 1000 to 850, so came back down and retested. So it is still looking not so bad, all right, but we below the 3 weeks low. That's not good at all. Okay, that's not good at all for Aeon. Algo, as you can see, entry for Algo was like 25,000. Target was 35,000, and we dipped back down to 25,000, and we're still above the you know, weekly 200 EMA. So it is still looking very good, right? So Algo is still looking good. We can definitely try to retest the 35,000 range, which is going to be very good. I'm still holding some Algo. That's why I took profits, right? 35,000, just about like, not 35,000, but 3,500 to 7,500. That's when I took profit. And you can see that we dipped back down to my entry. Now we dipped down to entry of 25,000. Now it is above entry. So it is still accumulative above, you know, the 200 EMA. Looking very good though. Looking very good. Okay, looking very good. Our link, if it crashes, let's see if BTC crashes you know, down to 6K, 7K, Link gonna drop down to 15,000 sats. So because 15,000 sats, that's where we got the strong support. I don't think like 30,000 going to hold again, because 30,000 sats, 33,000 sats, that's where we dipped down like a March low, right? If I remember well, because that's you know, that was our target for Link. Ontology BTC is still struggling, so you know, we set to re-entry for Ontology BTC like 5,000 to 6,000. You can see we basically hit re-entry for Ontology. It is a buy right now, even though it is below the weekly, I mean the 3-day 21 EMA. It is still accumulative. Okay, so every single dip for Ontology right now, just like Nano. You guys remember Nano? When we dip like down, when we pump like to 11,000 early February, and we said we're going to be buying back 6,000, 7,000, same strategy. So what are we looking for? Ontology next move to the upside, it is like 12,000 to 14,000 range. It is just a matter of time. But if like, you know, the bulls can accumulate all the way down to like even like 4,000, that's going to be very good. Okay, that's going to be very, very good. So let's just hope the bear is going to be strong enough to dip the price all the way down to 4,000. But 5,000 to 6,000 is ideally a good level to be buying. It is also, you know, mid-range. If you take a look at this parallel channel, the mid-range, it is just about right there. So if you know, if you buy at mid-range, like let's say I'm buying at mid-range, I'm going to be comfortable. Okay, but buying right here, that's a big problem. That's why I said resistance is like 8,000 to 9,000. We could not break it. So, but we got a target up to like 12,000. So let's see. So re-entry 5,000, 6,000. Once again, the bulls, if they weak enough or the bears get better strengths, they can dip it down to 4,000. It is still going to be a good buy. Why it is going to be a good buy? Because we're moving in a channel. The worst case scenario is like we're gonna get back up to the next channel with another 70% move. You see what I'm saying? So, and even if like we don't dip down to the bottom of the channel, we can still pump another 30%, right? So Ontology, I talk about it many times, right? Looking very, very, very accumulative. So it could be part of the alt that are going to be breaking out September. As you know, we said it multiple times. Some of these alt, they're not going to break out. Okay, they're going to be very accumulative. So if like, let's say I'm unlucky enough to buy a coin, you know, that is not breaking out in June. Okay, I know they're going to break out. They got a good chance to break out September, October. If not, they could get doomed till like maybe like January, February. So you just have to understand the cycle. That way you're not going to be panicking and all that good stuff, because you're buying it versus BTC. You're not buying it versus a dollar, right? You're buying it versus BTC. You want Ontology to go up versus BTC, not. I mean, yes, you want it to go in dollar value too, right? But what I'm trying to say is like, you know, BTC long-term goal is like, you know, to go to the moon, right? So you want to accumulate as much BTC you can, right? That's a goal for. Zilliker. Zilliker dollar value pulled back down to a 50% pullback. So let's take a look at ZIL BTC. So Zilliker BTC, if you've been following, I told you guys Zilliker gonna drop 60%, right? So take a look at Zilliker. We dropped from top to bottom. We dropped 52%. Okay, you could be like, oh, you're wrong, we did not drop 60% yet, right? But take a look at it. On a 3-day chart, we got our support 100 EMA. On a weekly basis, right, we got our support 21 EMA. So we could be looking for this reversal move. Since like we got 3-way move pullback, it could be a WXY correction instead of a 5-wave move. Okay, so that's why most people like make mistake, because whenever they see like an impulse move like 1, 2, 3, they say, oh, we're gonna get 4 and 5, right? So but it might not be that way. All right, it could be a WXY correction. It could be 1, 2, 3. Instead of you expecting another move and down, it gives you another move like this, and you're gonna get very confused, and you're gonna be like, oh, now this is A, this is B, and this is C. Oh no, that's not that way. Let's just do it correctly. You're gonna be very confused, and you're gonna call this, you're gonna call the yellow one, okay, you're gonna call it A, B, and C, and you're gonna start counting 5 waves. You're gonna be like, now we're gonna get 5 waves in yellow, right? You're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start counting 5 waves, but it might not be 5 waves. It could just be another 3-way move, pull back in yellow, and then you're gonna get this move, pull back. So you just have to be very cautious. The wave, you know, analysis is very tricky. You got to be able to understand and be prepared. It's not understanding alone is not good enough, because you can understand the waves, but being prepared for an alternative corrective structure is another thing. You just have to be able to do so, right? So right now, Zilliqa, for instance, Zilliqa, we got 3-way move pullback, right? We got 3-way move pullback. So if you're a moon boy and you're bullish, you're gonna count it as a ABC correction. 1, 2, 3 ABC correction, and all of a sudden you're gonna be like, we're gonna look for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? But that's not the case. That, I mean, I'm not saying that's the case, but that might not be the case, right? It could be you got 3-way move pullback. You could get another 3-way move pullback, 1, 2, and 3, and then you could get another 3-way move pullback after that. So this triple combination of multiple ABC correction, that's what we call WXY correction. So that's why when you understand WXY correction, you're going to be very calm. You're going to understand like all the corrections, right? You're not just going to jump and count like 5 waves and all of that good stuff, right? Because everything is not 5 waves. Not all impulse are 5 waves. Not all impulse, right? Sometimes you got impulse, small correction impulse, but it is a 5, 3, 3. It's not just a single 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So let's just keep that in mind. All right, so Zilliqa, we're looking for another pullback. We got a resistance up to like 230 to 250 level. So maximum we could expect, if like the bulls are strong enough, it is going to be just about like 275. But as of now, 0.618 pullback. Let's give it some time, and we could push back up to 250, right? But we do not want to lose like 250, guys. You look left, right there, June, July prices coming back down to it. Okay, so buy Bitcoin now or not? I mean, depending what your strategy is. I'm not saying to buy or not. I cannot put like a $1 million price tag for Bitcoin in 2020, right? So but the main goal is like, if you got a long-term goal, it is still a buy. Okay, I think like anything under 20,000 for BTC, right? I know it is a lot. It is very accumulative. Okay, because the next bull run, we're not just gonna go to a 20,000. Okay, it could hit like 5 times the previous bull run high, right? I mean, you see what I'm saying? So you can 5x your money, 10x your money, whatever. Okay, but it is not like it is not like we're gonna be bearish forever, right? So, but macro scale, like I said, we're still in a bear market. But if you got a long-term view for BTC, 5 years and up, right, it is a buy, right? But if you got a short-term view, like weekly, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 12K might be a resistance, right? It might be a resistance, right? Yes, we talked about the WXY correction yesterday. It is still possible. You need to go back, watch my WXY correction for BTC, the one I made like a couple months ago when BTC was like 800. You need to go watch it, because I talk about everything. Okay, we talk about this. Let's do this. Let's do this. WXY correction, send crypto. Just type send crypto and it should come out, right? Okay, so you need to go back and watch this WXY correction. I said it like, you know, it's two of them, okay? So they're very short, okay? Very short right there, okay? BTC macro WXY correction, 5-day chart, blah, 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 bullish. You can go back and watch. This one was like 3 months ago. So, and I made another one right there. So we talk about this move. Let's do this. So you see, we talked about it when BTC was right there. So we said it can go all the way up. The X, we just don't know, right? We just don't know. Let's see. Let's do this. Which is also the Y correction. I'm not even sure if we're going to break 10.5, right? But we can possibly retest 10.5 before trying to basically recapitulate down to our Z correction, which is also the Y correction of the macro scale. All right, so I just cannot keep talking about the macro scale Y correction because it is already there. We know we got a very high probability of retesting this Y correction. So I'm just going to focus on this WXYXZ correction from basically you know, 14K level, right? So what are we looking for, at least for the short term, right? So we're looking for this move to be our X. Okay, we did not know how high this X can go, right? Because this X, like I said, okay, it can't even be like it could possibly go all the way up to 12K, right? If it goes to 12K, it's not going to change anything about the structure, right? It's just going to be a 1x, not like 2x, but it's just going to be a 1x. So, but I don't expect like BTC to go to 12K, but we're going to discuss like within the next few weeks or so on to see like what type of rejection we're going to get and what type of support we could be looking for, you know, from this retracement down to 0.6 or 8 to 50% pullback, right? So, but as of now, I'm assuming we double tap, right? You could call it double tap. We did not basically retest 10.5, and we were never able to. So basically, that's what I was trying to explain to you. Even though, you know, I'm not confident BC was gonna basically retest, you know, break 10.5. Even if we break it, you know, 12K, it is not going to change anything about the macro structure. It is just going to be another X because we're still going to be under 14K and we could be looking for lower numbers. So we talked about it 3 months ago. So just go back and watch it. I'm going to try to make another video regarding the WXY correction just to you know, just to, as you can see, we're looking for this move. Now we're looking for this W. X, okay, X can be all the way up to 12K, and then we're going to look for this Y, right? So instead of a WXYXZ correction, now we're just going to get a WXY correction, a 3-way move pullback. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, and this is going to be our X, right? And then we're going to be looking for this move afterward. So that's very possible, okay? That's very possible. We can definitely look for, you know, a possible rejection. However, if we break it, guys, break, you know, 14K, this could be just a bigger move, okay? Just could be a bigger move like this. So let's just see if like we're gonna be able to break this level, all right? So, but I was just wanted to I was trying to focus on this area alone and not just focus on the macro, you know, everything at once, okay? But we got a resistance at 12K. We know that, right? So let's just focus on it. Yeah, it could, you know, bull's gonna get like, I would say 75% chance to break, you know, keep going up. All right, if we break 14K, if we break 12.5, break 14K, the WXY correction could be at 75 to 80% invalidated, right? So, but I wouldn't say 100% because we still, all right, remember, an X, right, we assuming, right, you remember we got a bigger WXY correction, right? This W, we just assuming this is X, right? And this is Y. But the X could also, for the macro scale 20K, the X could be right there. As long as we don't break 20K, right, it is still going to be an X. It could be this move. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to give it like 100% invalidation, because we still can get this move. Okay, this X right there up to like 19,000. As long as we don't break 20K, this move going to be X. You have to understand why we say X. We say X because X doesn't break the previous high, right? So 14K did not break previous high, right? Of course, right? 14K did not break 20K, so we call it X. So every single move to the downside, it is a corrective move, a part of the correction to the Y correction. You see what I'm saying? A part of a Y correction, right? Do you see what I'm saying, right? So even if we break 12K, 14K, market is still in a corrective structure. But the probability of, okay, BTC basically making a bigger WXY correction, it is going to be lower. That's all. But it is still going to be part of a WXY correction. But it is the chance of it getting rejected, it is going to be lower for a bigger WXY correction. Do you see what I'm saying? So it is still valid, but it is valid in a it has less chance, basically lesser chance to be correct afterward. If we break, like, especially if we break 14K, if we break 14K, I would give it like 75% invalidation, right? But 25% is still good. If the bulls come out with a very 30%, 40% drop in like 3-4 days candle, the chance of the bigger WXY correction gonna come back alive, and I would give it like a 40% chance to basically capitulate down. So it all depends how the candle patterns are going to be forming over the next few days and so on. So very important, very important. So if you understand WXY correction, you're not going to worry too much. Okay, you know, as long as we don't break 20K, we're still in a corrective wave. But why we basically just focus on this level, because if we focus on the macro picture, it is going to be very confusing. But if you're very advanced, you know why we basically just focus on this area, and this level is invalidated. We just focus on this one, 0 W Y, 0 W X, that's an ugly X, and Y, right? Very easy. Okay, very easy. Okay, this could be just a three-way move pullback. This could be W. You got WXY, WXY, right? And you get WX and Y, right? Makes sense? You got three-way move pullback. Okay, and you get this W. This is going to be X, and this is going to be Y. And then you're going to get W, and you're going to get X, and then you're going to get Y. That's also very possible. So, but us playing this move going to be very complex, and it is going to be very volatile all over the place, right? BTC is already volatile since like December. Low 6K, 10K, 3K, 11K. It's already volatile, right? Already volatile. So this one is possible, right? But the chance of it playing out it is not going to be high. You see what I'm saying? It is not going to be high, but it is a possibility, and we're going to take a look at it, because anything can happen. You just want to be ready. You don't want to be too confident, but you want to be ready, right? So we know what's going on. You understand what's going on in terms of structure. You got a plan, and you just let the market choose which one it is going to make. I don't know which one BTC is going to make. That's the thing, right? But I know how to basically break it down and say, if this happened, we can anticipate this, and if that happened, we can anticipate blah blah blah, right? So all right, guys, I think enough talking about the WXY correction. I'm gonna make a short video, maybe like 8 to 10 minutes video regarding the WXY correction, and we could be looking forward. It's gonna last forever. This correction, if like we're gonna make it like this, it is gonna be forever. That's what I'm saying. If we dip down to a 3 to 4K, you gotta buy the dip. That's why I'm saying do not anticipate like 1K right away, because even 3 to 4K, right, we can get this move back up, right? We can get this move back up to 9K before doing this. So the bear market could last for a very, 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 very long time. Okay, very long time. Just have to remember that. Have to remember that. That's why, like, when BTC was 10K, right there, 10K, I was saying if we're gonna pull back up. Okay, you guys remember I was saying, even though I was bearish, right? I was like, if we drop down to 3 to 4K, we're gonna be pulling back up to 12K. But this move got me bearish because it was so long and very accumulative in terms of like a bearishness. So I was like, okay, we might not hit 12K. So we're just gonna go to 3K to 4K and then get this move back up, get this move, right? But it could play out differently. Okay, play out differently. Very important. The macro, I don't have problem with the, I don't have problem with the lower degree too, but the macro scale, we've been spot on since like 3K. So I'm very confident. We haven't been wrong since like 3K. We called for this move. We called for this drop. It took forever. And we said we're going to pump like to 10 to 12K, right? And we're doing that exactly. Can we do this? Do this and do this? Yes. But can we pump higher to, 16, 14K and then do this and do this? Yes. But the directional move is the most important. It's not the price tag. The price tag is just directional. Somebody might be calling 10K, price pump to 12K. You cannot tell him like, oh, you're wrong, right? He's gonna be like, oh, I called for 12K. You see price pump all the way up to 12K, but you're wrong because you called for 12. You called for 10. So it's not about being wrong or right. It's about the direction of the move. Okay, what price level you're gonna be looking for a possible rejection. It can be a 20% gap. It can be a 15. It can be 10%. All of that good stuff, right? So, all right, guys. I'm just gonna keep it short right now, and then we go for another live stream tomorrow. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching.